Hey, what's up guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of Project Tranmere. In this episode, we go through the final 11 games of our first and potentially only season in League One. Of course, we went up last year as champions, and we have the opportunity to do so again. We have 7 points with a game at hand on both Birmingham City and Charlton Athletic. It's a very good opportunity that we have here in today's episode. That said, let's get to a couple of the comments before getting into it. Start off with ME. You should do a Nations United series in FIFA. You know, we just might. We'll see what happens with the rest of Project Tranmere, but maybe that is exactly what is planned afterwards. Peter Tickage. Since you can't upload FIFA daily, can you make it more regularly? Again, I have a pretty defined schedule on the channel right now. This series goes up alongside Vegas. You have the Golden Seals series go up alongside the Madden series I'm currently running. And then you have a set plan and the MLB The Show series that I currently have. So it's going to be every couple of days unless I miss a day, which I did recently, in which case things get pushed back a little bit. But that's about as regular as I can make it, unfortunately. Mental Mike, you are not wrong in that it is going to be difficult to keep both goalkeepers happy, that being Clark and Jackson. But really the plan was just to get Jackson back. Odds are we'll be selling him sooner rather than later. I just didn't want to lose him for nothing, even though that's not that detrimental to us. But I didn't want to lose him for nothing because that could pay off. Obviously, at this stage, we do have to somewhat worry about wage budget, and of course the ability to go up to 5-star for all of our scouts is also there. So I wanted to keep Jackson for now. Odds are he will not be around for that much longer. Jermaine Conley, you really got to transfer list your players. I know, I've been lucky in that some players have gone out on loan, but I know I need to start being a little bit more hands-on, not being as flat-out lazy in terms of making sure these players go out on loan. So I'll be focusing on that. And Johnny, I'm sticking with the 4-5-1. I mean, again, this is the formation that we've been running with for the past season and a half, because for whatever reason, our team is proving to be successful in the sim. Now, whether or not that's down to the formation, the overalls, just luck, I don't know. But if it isn't broken, don't try to fix it. So with that, let's get into it, as we'll take a look at the schedule first and foremost. So we start off here with this midweek matchup. This is going to be tough, and our depth is definitely going to be tested down the stretch here. Mansfield, you have Notts County on the weekend, Portsmouth, Luton, and Fleetwood just to round out the month of March, and then into April, it's also a very busy schedule. We need points at every possible opportunity. So taking a look at the lineup, we are good to go. This is the team that we will stick with for the moment. Of course, we still have a pretty well-rounded second team, although we did end up signing Montadon in the previous episode. And we'll keep him behind Kelly for now, but Montadon will at least be on the bench for the second team, and he'll be able to get some playing time, hopefully sooner rather than later. So that is the squad for now. Let's go ahead and get things started. I could set up Monadon to be on loan, but I have to change a couple of things with the roster anyway, so let's just do this. We're going to stay live for the moment. Of course, we're still going to be waiting for our final few reports, if not the final reports, from Northern Ireland, Uruguay, and Algeria before moving on. Let's sim this. 3-2-1, and it's a big 3-0 victory. 2 goals for Moritz Meyer. That's a damn fine way to start this episode off. We are going to have to set up the second team regardless, just because of the absurd amount of games that we're going to be playing in this episode. We do get a loan offer for Thomas Lund, who I'm pretty sure, you know what, I am going to set him up to go out on loan, and it will be the same thing that we've done before. Now, if I'm not mistaken on the timing here, let's just go ahead and go back over to this deal on the squad hub. Mr. Lund, take you off of the loan list, add you to the transfer list, and now we'll go accept that offer, and we should be good to go. Apparently it doesn't always work but we will give it a shot. Let's just go ahead and accept that loan offer. And he should be on the way out, much like we did, I believe, at the start of last season. Like, we ended up sending out Sip on loan, recalling him, and keeping him on the roster, which proved to be a good decision. So I imagine it'll be something similar in this episode. So Meyer will not be on the bench for the second team. And in fairness, that's actually looking pretty good, just to show you. I mean, I'm a little bit particular about how I like to set this up, so, you know, what are you going to do? But I think we are good. Granero's the one guy. I'm just going to put him on the bench, so at least he's on the bench occasionally. It doesn't really matter, but at least that way he's there. And everybody on the roster right now at least has a chance to get some playing time. Lund is currently behind Kovac, so hopefully he ends up going out on loan. I think it'd be good for him as well, because we didn't really plan on signing him. But the second team is good to go. We're going up against Notts County. They are not in the top 6. So I'd like to think that we could get the win. I mean, I'd like to think we could beat any team in the league outside of Charlton and Birmingham City. Because, again, you look at the separation between the top 3 and then 4, 5, 6. It's ridiculous how well we have performed this season. We're playing a team who have had a very poor run of form as of late. We should be able to get the win even with the second unit. 3, 2, 1. And it's a draw, but I'll take it. Weber gets hurt. Luna with the goal. I'll take a draw on the road. At the very least, it's a point. I'll take that. It could have been better, but we are, with just 9 games left, 10 points clear on top of the league table here. Weber's only out for 2 days as well, so that's nothing too devastating. So we do get an offer for the New Zealand national team, which would be fun. I think I'm just going to ignore that for now, and we can delete the one about Weber. And as far as training is concerned, let's take a look. Again, I think we'll stay live for a decent portion of this. Montadon, I'm not as worried about. Now, Meyer no longer has the promising player tag, but still a 78 overall. He's going to be useful for us, even up to the Premier League. Hopefully, Kelly or Montadon end up being the guy to replace him as the star of the team. But it's not devastating that that's expired for him. I think it's also gone for Declan Clark as well. Let's go ahead and make Eklund a little bit better here. Maybe we won't stay live for the entire episode, because there is the stuff like this that's a little bit tedious. But again, when someone's close to going up that next overall level, I do like to help get them over, as opposed to just focusing on one player in particular. And getting Anderson up to a 74 would be quite nice, and he's got a pretty good chance to do so. So let's take a look here. And we'll make him better in terms of vision and short passing. Any luck on the grades? Anderson up to a 74. Good stuff there for our starting left mid. Of course, we also have some other guys, some other solid depth. Just the way the team's taken shape, and form over the past few seasons. I'm really liking where we're at right now, as we do get a loan offer for Granero as well. Of course, our third-string goalkeeper. Granted, we do have Dragicevic out on loan as well, but I think we'll also try to loan out Granero, just in case that's the way we actually want to go. If not, we can recall him if need be. But that would be great to get him out on loan, as obviously there was a misclick. Add him to the transfer list, view offers. Do it that way this time. It's a little bit more quick. You can do it a little bit more quickly, and we'll see if that works on that front for those two. Big game here against Portsmouth. Let's get the first team ready, although the first team might not be good to go, as we get another loan offer for Granero. It's another loan deal. We'll go ahead and accept that, and we'll see how many players, if any. This is the one thing that could disrupt our momentum, is if we have a couple of players out on international duty, and we do. Medved, O'Leary, and Altonen will all be taking a seat, and that's going to interrupt what we have to do for the second team unit as well. But you know what, here, let's go for it. We'll stay live for this part at least as well. So with Weber having been hurt, Johansson is technically one of the other center backs we rely on, him and Kelly. I think we will go with Johansson, and then left back would actually be Weber. So we have Galliano, Lund, and Kovacs. I think Lund, normally a right back, but we're going to give him the opportunity in this game over Kovac. Kovac will start the next game at right back, although we'll put Kovac on the bench for this one. Of course, you know, but certain guys were not actually playing them as right backs. I wish I could just move them. There's no point to play Wilson at right back. He's a 6'6" center back, clearly. Although, God, losing Alton in here is going to suck. So we have Cordoba, who will get the start. We'll have Bailey on the bench. And from there, we are good. The rest of the bench is a little bit tired, but that's just the way it's going to be. With a schedule like this, with players missing time at the worst possible time on international duty. Let's see what we can do. And surprisingly, Portsmouth not in the best of form either. So this should be a good opportunity here to get 3 points. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, and it's a 3-0 thrashing. Eklund with a goal. He gets hurt. 2 goals for Kelly off the bench. I believe Connor Chaplin, number 13 on their team, their striker. One of my favorite players to use in career mode. I'm pretty sure he is the leading scorer in the league. And he is tied with Moritz Meyer. And he couldn't do much. So because of everything that's happening with the team as Lund was loaned out, you have Alexander Eklund's season over. That is devastating. Our starting right mid, Eklund, is out for the year. With everything that's happening with the team right now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and make the old jump cut. I'll rejoin you once we kind of get some semblance of normalcy with everything that's happening as far as, you know, low fitness team. But Eklund, 70 overall, is out for the rest of the year. Luna will be getting that much more play time on that right-hand side. In fairness, he's a 69, only 1 overall point weaker. So I will see you guys in a couple of minutes. But a very interesting start. 10 points clear, 8 games to go. Alright, we're back. We haven't simmed all that much. We only simmed that 1 game. Alfonso Prado wants out of the youth academy. Let's take a look at how good he is, because to be honest, I don't even remember at this point. Mr. Prado is a 62, 82 to 94. My God, the goalkeeping situation. Whereas Budawani, I think, is still a little bit better. So 16 and a 62 against 17 and a 66. I think we kind of have to keep Prado, but boy, if that doesn't cause a bit more of a cluster in terms of the goalkeeping situation, I have to be honest here. I think I'm going to drop Prado because we already have some really good options. I'm not going to sign him. It sucks because he's great. And actually, here, you know what? Let me take a look at other members of the youth academy and we'll sort this out. Cano will obviously keep. I mean, that overall's, you know, threatening to be a little bit too low for that age group. Oriana can stay for the moment. King, God, I just read the comment on how to pronounce your name. I'm calling him Preen for this episode. I'll remember for next time, damn it. Whereas Peter Feeney, you know what, in fairness, we need a bit more information. My God, Archie Bailey, though. We need you to turn into a beast. We'll actually look back at that later on. There are a couple of people, lower overalls, that we could look to get rid of. But for now, we're all right. Oh, God. Okay. Budawani wants out, too. Right. I don't think we can cut Budawani for nothing. So we're going to bring him in. We will set him up to hopefully be loaned out. But yeah, that goalkeeping situation, we are going to have to make decisions sooner rather than later, much like we did before. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some people on the way out, as Granero has been loaned out, and Joaquin Guzman also wants out. You gotta love this. The end of the year, it's March, and people are like, ah, screw it, no, I want out. I want to get a chance to play at the end of the season. It's not going to happen. Guzman's a 61 at 17 years old. We'll sign him up for obvious reasons. Same thing. We'll try to loan him out. We'll hope for the best. No guarantees he stays long term. Time will tell on that front. But showing great potential. Joaquin Guzman. 5-star, 3-star, high-low work rates. Hello, Mr. Guzman. Damn. That's very nice. That's some good potential right there, especially if we were to ever get into a point in the series where we were to start playing more frequently. For the record, you only missed the game against Luton. We ended up winning 2-0. The squad that you see right now is the squad that we used in that game. So, there you go. Case in point, the team is just kind of a clusterfuck right now because of all of the options that we have. So, Guzman, congratulations. You may get some playing time. I'm not going to start Meyer. Yes, I am. I am going to start Meyer. And we'll have Kelly on the bench. Again, there have just been so many moves where it's like trying to keep a second team. It's like, what is even the point in terms of like a proper team sheet? Because or a proper second team sheet. It's just not going to happen. And as it is, this team is looking rough. This is what I was going to avoid. We are without a doubt going to have to run with some tired players. Guzman, congratulations. You're going to get a start immediately out of necessity. Let's get Berezovsky in there, and we'll have a tired Luna on the right-hand side. Let's get Morgan on the bench, Anderson and Cordoba. That works for me. And as far as the defense is concerned, we'll get Wright in on that right-hand side, Weber on the left. Let's go with Wilson and O'Leary. Although, you know what? Actually, let's go with Medved. He's normally our preferred starter. So it'll be Kelly and Weber on the bench. And we should be good to go for this next game as well. I'll be intrigued to see if we can get the win. This schedule of just so many games in such a short amount of time has been pretty devastating. It's Fleetwood up next. We are still 10 points clear, as Charlton have also gotten a little bit of separation now, 4 points clear in that other automatic promotion spot. A draw here at the very least would be great. They have 2 losses in their last 3 games due Fleetwood. This should be at least a point. 3-2-1, and it is. We end up getting the draw. Meyer with the goal. I'll take it. It's the type of team that I'd like to see us beat, even on the road, but I'm all right with that. 8 points clear with 6 games to go. It is still our league title to lose at this point. Jay, I know you're disappointed, buddy, but you weren't at full fitness. That's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. So as long as we continue to win, the good thing is after this game, training injury, 9 days for Ove Anderson. That's a little bit rough. As long as we get through this game, we should be okay. The schedule balances back out after today. So we'll take a look here. Yeah, then we go to every Saturday, with the exception of the midweek game against Wickham on the 20th. So we have a good chance here. I'm nervous to say that. I can't believe we're in this spot where back-to-back promotion is such a realistic possibility, yet here we are. I mean, we are just a few points away. We've pretty much already secured it, really. But just, you know, knowing that we're a few points away from back-to-back titles, it's ridiculous, really. Let's get Sip into the lineup. We're struggling a little bit on the wings right now in terms of fitness. We'll get Roberts in, who's preferred on that left-hand side there. And I think it's Davies or Montadon. Montadon's a righty. I might risk it. I mean, it's either that or I play Davies out there, which, you know what, Davies, congratulations. We need to play you. So, yeah, congrats. Let's get, we can leave, after that change, we can leave everybody else on the bench. Defensively as well, we're going to go for a full change. Again, second team sheet would be nice, but with the amount of injuries, training injuries, and all that other shit, it's like, why not just change it on the fly, time in and time out. So it'll be Kelly and Johannesson with Weber on the left. So from there, Richardson and Lund go to the bench, and we are good to go. Can we get this win? If we do, we're 12 points clear of Birmingham. If we win this, it's all but a guarantee. It might not mathematically still be there. I mean, in fairness, they can finish with a maximum 76 plus 18. I'm not in the mood for math right now. They can finish with 94 points. Is Tugi's math wrong on that? Maybe. It's early when I'm recording this. Could be the case. You get the point. We're looking fine. Can we beat Coventry on the road? Yes, we can. Roberts the lone goal in the 31st minute, and that might just do it. We are 8 points clear of Charlton Athletic still. We are that close. Northern Ireland, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's not going to happen. We are this close to back-to-back promotion as champions. It's crazy. All right, we're back. I wanted to get the lineup set before this next matchup against Oxford United. Again, a lot changed about the team. For the most part, though, we are full strength, which is pretty nice. Oxford currently in 6th, battling for a spot in the playoffs. So a win here would be devastating to them, but tremendous for us to keep that separation between us and Charlton. Let's see what we can do. 3, 2, 1, and we get a 2-0 win. O'Leary and Roberts with the goals, and that mathematically pretty much secures it now, doesn't it? I mean, we're 12 points up on Birmingham with 4 games to go. Don't know if you know, 4 times 3 is 12. I know. So we are 1 point away. As long as we do not lose 4 straight games, we're going up. And in terms of seeing a championship celebration, I mean, we're 10 points clear on Charlton right now, so it's not yet a guarantee. But actually, well, and they can finish. If we win this next game, we're good. Wow, just like that, huh? That quickly? Like, I knew we were doing really well in the league. I mean, we're on 94 points, which is insane. But yeah, they can finish with a maximum of 96 points. So if we win any of these upcoming games, it is back-to-back championship seasons for Tranmere Rovers. That is absolutely absurd. I thought, you know, with my luck in some franchise/career modes, I had a feeling things might go down to the wire for us. No, we are just steamrolling our way to the championship next season, and to the championship in this season, technically. So, I don't know. I thought, again, there'd be a little bit more in the way of dramatics. That is not the case. 1 win guarantees us promotion. 1 win guarantees us the title, if it hasn't already been decided. To be honest, maybe off of that last win, the game maybe would have considered it, although goal differential is a thing. So no, we need 1 point. We need 1 point at the very least. I don't know if I want to play it, but I also don't want to sit here and watch a whole game play out and then be like, oh, well, here you go. Here are the highlights. Here's what happened. But I kind of want to. The reason why I don't want to do that is because if we lose, then I sat here and watched an entire game for no reason, as we do get a transfer offer for Montadon, which will not be happening. Absolutely not. He is going nowhere. Thank you very much. Let's take a look. If Charlton lose their next game, if they play before Saturday, then we know for sure what's going to happen. As we'll try to accept that loan offer for Guzman. We'll see if that goes through. Have they played? They have not. So we're playing good old Rockdale on Saturday. The team that were promoted alongside of us. As Guzman's loan offer was rejected, not surprising. We do have our first scouting reports, and actually our final scouting reports, I believe, from these regions. So starting off in Algeria with Idris Zeroual, who will be rejected. Ferhat Chekhamani will not be signing. No, thank you. Kader Belghazi will be rejected. Mahmoud Missawi will definitely be signed. Rashid Benarbia will be signed, these names. And Brahim Benzai will also be signed. Jesus, Algeria really paid out there at the end, didn't they? We go to Uruguay. Benito Arnay will not be signed. Alicio Cifuentes will not be signed. Solomon Nunez will absolutely be signed. Granted, we have to double check for low rating players. So Oriana's still there. Is there anybody else? Toby King. I think we're going to reject Toby King. To be honest, he's in the same spot as Oriana, and I'm going to cut both of them. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So Toby King will be on the way out as well. We have to be ruthless with this. Peter Hogan is going to be released. Archie Bailey can stay just for the fact that his potential is absurd. Peter Feeney still good for the moment. Kieran Murphy will be released. Let's go down to the bottom here. So Duarte is looking phenomenal at 18 years old. Benarbia is a 47 at 17 years old. No, you're already gone. Not worth my time to try and develop you. Miranda's looking good. Masawi's okay. I think I'm going to release Masawi too. It's a little bit too low of an overall. Solid potential, but I want someone who can be useful to us, especially too without me really focusing on one individual and trying to make them into a superstar, trying to bring up the team together. I think we're good. So for the moment, let's go ahead and sign Nunez. We'll sign Cristobal Villalba because, I mean, why the hell wouldn't we have Villalba, I imagine? I don't know. Benjamin Cano, another goalkeeper, not as if we need him. And Eugenio Cardenas will be rejected. That brings us to Northern Ireland. Barry Donaghy is the first. We'll sign him. Craig Breen will be rejected. Peter McDonald will be rejected. Craig Breen will be accepted. And Liam O'Donnell will also be signed for now. So that's fairly ridiculous. With that, though, it's time to send out our next 3 scouts. And it is going to be by popular demand. Where do we want to go here first? Andrew Kennedy will be going to Australia. By popular demand, Australia is first up. Next, let's go South Africa. Australia, South Africa, and from there, it's going to have to be European. Let's go Portugal. So that's what we're doing. Portugal, South Africa, and Australia over the course of the next 3 months. That said, this game against Rockdale, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might play it because I kind of want to see a celebration. Although we know we're already going up, but it's the perfect way to cap off the season. I'll figure it out in a second. You'll find out. We're going to jump cut to something. The decision has been made. Much like last season, we know we're automatically getting promoted, so screw it. Let's do it. Let's play it. Let's secure us a league title for the 2nd straight season. If we win this game, we go up to the championship as champions.
Well, like all his team, he knows that this could well be the day. If they win, they're champions. Watch it with us, and it's live. Tackled the ball behind, really. In goes the corner. The big hitters have hit again.
There we are.
With their attacking prowess, no one's surprised here. It's just a matter of who's going to score the goal.
Harrison Wright, if I'm not mistaken on the first name, and if I am, I'll never live it down, may have just scored the goal that secures us promotion on our home turf.
Approached this match, they've come out, they've been positive, they've taken the game to the opposition.
A minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Now Grant. Morley. He could cross it now. Put in from the wide area.
Oh my God, clear it. Oh, and Clark. The dreaded stoppage time goal. Not the bet. What are you doing? Oh, you're going to lose. Oh, you're going to lose for this extended celebration. Not the best defensive effort. Terrible marking. Clark does well to get back in position, but a brutal blunder to not be able to control that one. Matty Gillam's 10th goal in the league. And now the pressure's back on to get a goal in the second half and to win the league today.
Really get at the opposition here.
How wide it's Altonen. Don't exactly have an incredible amount of height, but we don't need it. The shortest man on the pitch, Jay Morgan. We only needed the point. I want the win. And we're just minutes away from doing so. What a set of passes. Try the chip. I thought he was going to keep coming. He didn't. Let it ride with Cordoba.
He got the power. Well, there is the final whistle, and that confirms what we've been knowing for some time, that they are the champions. Alan.
Yeah, absolute joy amongst those players. They've worked long and hard, haven't they, over the course of the last 9 months or so, and boy, they deserve it.
These are special moments for a very successful team. Congratulations to them. Wonderful scenes of joy here, and no wonder they're milking the moment. Want to make absolutely the most of this.
Well, they're a proper team, aren't they? They've stuck together, defended really well in this competition, and snatched the goals the vital times. So, fully deserved winners.
There they go. They are the champions. Great moments these, Alan, sharing the joy on the field with those off it, the fans. They'll know where their particular friends and families are in the stadium.
Yeah, it's at this point, really, you don't want to leave the pitch. You don't want these moments to end. Wonderful camaraderie between the lads. What a moment for them.
Well, you have to have the team photo. And they're getting ready for it now.
Yeah, one of those lovely scenes that you'll hang on the wall back at home.
It is amazing to think of what this team has accomplished in just a short amount of time. Our first few years, we really struggled. Bottom of League 2, didn't look like we were going to make much progress, and then finally the team turns the page. We win the League 2 title. Next year, first year in League 1, we are crowned champions again. We are going up to the second highest tier, the EFL Championship, and I'm nervous. I'm very nervous for the championship, but I think I should be, because it is such a big step up. And now, while I do want to sim through the rest of these games, of course, we've already won, so it's not really that big of a factor. Although, granted, we still have 3 games left. We could potentially break 100 points, which would be great. But that is such a huge step up for us as we beat Wickham 3-2 on the road. We are going to take a look at the team, the final stats and everything from this season. I also want to take a look at who's being relegated from the Premier League, because that's going to be telling. You know, that look at that level of competition for who else is going to be there. Birmingham City, by the way, we're playing them on Saturday. They are neck and neck with Charlton Athletic as far as who's going to the playoffs and who is going to have to, or who's going to the playoffs and who's getting that automatic promotion. So if we beat Birmingham here, we might be forcing them into the playoffs, which would be brutal for them. We lose with our secondary team. Berezovsky also gets hurt in the process, as that will seal it. So we hit 100 points on the year. Birmingham City managed to get automatic promotion. So it'll be Charlton Athletic, Walsall, Sheffield United, and potentially MK Dons in the playoffs. Depends on what happens with the Dons as far as who else might be close to taking that next step up. And as far as who should get the focus here, let's see. Let's just put it on Johannesson for now. I mean, in general, season's basically over, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, for sure, let's just let's make sure that whoever's close to levels up. I just want to get the season over with. We only have one more game left to play this season. Let's get it over and done with so we can get our final look at the season that was, as we get a loan offer for Budwani from Fortuna Dusseldorf. We'll see if that goes through. It's a 12-day injury for Berezovsky. I believe we're playing Colchester there on the 30th. Indeed we are. Moritz Meyer wants in for obvious reason. As we'll take care of all that, we'll ignore the transfer offer for Montadon. So much that's going to have to be set in terms of this roster for the next season. We're going to have players coming back on loan. That's going to factor in to the decision-making as far as who stays and who goes. But what a run this team has been on. And while you could think the goal is to get immediate promotion to the Premier League next season, I just want to make sure we stay in the championship. I'm not expecting a league title. I'm not expecting the promotion playoffs. I just want to make sure that we stay put, that we don't get immediately relegated back down. It might not be a step forward to not get promoted, but really it is. For us to just be able to solidify where we are would mean everything. The season has come to an end. 101 points. That's 30 wins, 11 draws, and only 5 losses. 79 goals for. One of 2 teams to break the 70-goal mark. Only 29 against, the fewest in the league. MK Dons do, in fact, make the playoff structure. It was Luton and Portsmouth who just missed out, which means Shrewsbury, Bristol, Rockdale, and Blackpool are going down. So Blackpool looking pretty rough. That's kind of what I expected us to be like at a certain point in time. Glad that is not the case. As a matter of fact, too, if we wanted to take a look at the FA Cup and who wins that, we are going to have to sim a little bit further ahead as we get a loan offer for Budwani as well. I could do the whole switch over. We're not going to for the moment. We get awarded $1.5 million for winning the league. Not a whole hell of a lot. Moritz Meyer, you beautiful, beautiful man. Finished as the top goal scorer in the league with 22 goals. I forget to look at this at the end of every year, but 22 goals in just 36 matches compared to 46 and 44 played for Chaplin and Aneke. Anike? Might be Anike. You get the point, though. He was the only one up there in terms of top scorers for us. Morgan at 12, finished in 24th. Top assist man in the league, for us at least, was Morgan at 8. Clean sheets as well. Clark with 13 in 29 matches. So, good stuff all around. We'll take a look at the individual stats rather than the league stats, and then we'll take a look at the results from other leagues around the world. So, one more look at what happened this year. As Dragicevic is up to at least a 72, which is pretty solid. Budwani went up by 1. You have Granero up by 1. Jackson this year, 20 appearances, average rating of a 6.5. He's up to a 77. And then Clark, 38 appearances on the year. He's an 80. Kovac up to a 65. 20 appearances on the year, not bad. Johannesson up to a 68. Thomas Lund, a 62. And in fairness, why am I not going by attributes? Stats, does it really matter? I don't know. You want to get a look at the stats or look at the attributes? Let me know for the future, but we'll look at the attributes for now, too. That way you can see weak foot ratings and everything like that. But Kovac, again, 3-star, 4-star for a right back. Johannesson plays more at center back, up to a 68. Lund at a 62. Josh Wilson, a 74. Liam O'Leary, a 75. Those two in the middle as our 2 center backs. Crucial to our success. And might I say yet again that this team was so fun to play with in that one instance there. Galliano up to a 63, Kelly a 68, Harrison Wright, one of the goal scorers in the last game, up to a 70, Torben Weber is 67, you have Patrick Cox, Ed Richardson, Conrad Medved, who is great. I loved, he was great, man. He was making passes left and right for me in that game. Cordoba up to a 66, Bailey a 65, Timo Aaltonen, the Finnish wonder, a 69 at this point. Brandon Davies, who probably won't be around for much longer, up to a 63. Kelly a 72. Anderson a 74. Eklund a 71. It's a shame he got injured at the end of the year. Luna a 70. Sip a 70. Berezovsky a 70. Morgan a 72, Liam Clark up to a 66. He was out on loan, of course. Arnea 64, Montadon a 67. Intrigued to see how he progresses. He may very well steal that backup striker spot away from the likes of Shaw, Morgan, and Jonathan Kelly, who's a 67. And if anything, yeah, Montadon, 2 years younger, is probably going to be the guy. So, yet again, I would expect us to be changing things up as far as who goes out on loan, who we view as the prospects worth investing time into beyond this season. It's not as if the Youth Academy still isn't absolutely stacked, although Kevin Brennan, we can release. This will be our last look. Benjamin Cano will also be dropped. Robert Albrecht, unfortunately, will be dropped. Had a decent starting potential, but actually a starting overall, I should say. So, again, Youth Academy is stacked. The team is in great shape. The fact that our goal at the beginning of the season was to win the league, consecutive promotions as champions, seems so unlikely, yet we were able to get the job done. Again, we're going up to the championship for the next season. I'm excited to see how that goes. But for the moment, we're going to take a step back. We're going to enjoy the fact that this team was able to get the job done. Let me see what I can look at in terms of the standings. We'll take a look at the FA Cup first and foremost. We're not going to have the full report here. So it's Liverpool and Manchester United in the final of the FA Cup. Carabao Cup would have already been over. And it is Bournemouth beating Chelsea. That's a hell of an upset. Check a trade trophy this season. I hate how long these take to load and how the A button often doesn't register. Went to Bradford City, 3-1. So would have been nice to win that for sure. Champions League at this point, the semifinals. It's Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Manchester United. Looking like a Manchester United, barring a miracle comeback from Liverpool, will be in the final. And the Europa League should also be in the semifinals. They are Spurs, Benfica, Arsenal, Everton. In the next episode, if I remember, we'll take a look at who ends up winning those leagues, because for now, we do have to call it. But I think that pretty much covers everything, with the exception of the other leagues. So we'll start off with the Premier League, where United have steamrolled. They still have 4 games to go, but yeah, Man U, they are going to win the Premier League this year. As far as relegation, Nottingham Forest have not won a game, so they'll be going down. Wigan will be going down, and then either Palace, Newcastle, or Wolves are the ones most likely to get relegated as well. So we'll be meeting one of those 3 teams in the championship, but case in point, a team like Watford happened to be in the championship this season. Swansea is still down there. It's going to be tough. I mean, hell, if a West Brom is struggling, could be problematic. Could be problematic. Taking a look over in France, Monaco, I believe, have won. Nope, there's 2 games left. It's going to be Monaco and PSG. Okay, so we'll check back before we do the whole, flipping over to a new calendar year. I'll make sure to recheck everything with the leagues. But for now, we are done here. If I forgot to check out anything else, let me know down in the comment section. And we were the manager of the month as well. I wonder why. We won the damn league. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Thank you for supporting this series. It's been a blast thus far, and we're only just getting started.